Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Collada, and today I'm going to give you my full thoughts on Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. Today is still Thursday, which means I have played, recorded and edited 4 Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 videos for you guys. I am absolutely tired and my head still kills, by the way. I do not know why, but nonetheless, I'm going to give you my 4 thoughts. Starting off with the characters. In my personal opinion, I think the Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 characters are probably the best characters that we've got so far. I mean, I will admit, Chapter 3 has some amazing characters. I mean, like Catnap, Dog Day, the Smiling Critters, Mr. Light. Those amazing characters are really sick, but I will admit, Chapter 4, you had the Nightmare Critters, Pianosaurus, Doey, Yana B, and the Doctor, which are really cool characters, may I say. Yana B might be my favourite character off the lot because, I mean, come on, he's literally a massive lion that has, his fur is literally yarn, and he has googly eyes. He looks so goofy and silly. I love it so much. His backstory is quite sad as well, I will admit, but again, he's such a cool character and I can't hate him whatsoever. Pianosaurus, I mean, there's not much to say about him. He got teased so much, and then the end he lasted 10 seconds. There's not really a lot to go on. He's just a massive dinosaur in the shape of a piano. Yeah, there's not really much to say, really. I think Doey's a really cool character as well, especially his monster design as well. I think that's really cool. But if you remember, if you have played the game, the light blue cassette tape in the gas room, it tells you like a bit about his backstory. It's really quite sad. I mean, he turned into this Doey type monster and he killed his parents. And it is quite sad, it really is. Especially the fact like he fell into the dough maker area. I don't even know what it is called, but it's really sad the story is, and I generally feel quite bad for the character, especially like the child within. Because you gotta realize that these are just all children at the end of the day, aren't they? They're just children being controlled by the prototype or the Doctor. Speaking of the Doctor, I think the Doctor is a really cool character. I don't know why, but like when I played through the game, I really just winged it at the Doctor part. Like, I didn't know where the hell I was going. I was just guessing, and to be fair, it would last like 5, maybe 10 minutes, I think. And the Doctor's dead. I feel like, you know, maybe the Doctor's boss fight should be way more harder, in my personal opinion. It was really easy, but nonetheless, I think the Doctor's a really cool character. I just wish he had more screen time and definitely had a harder boss fight. The Nightmare Critters as well, I think are very cool characters as well. I mean, all of them are really nice and sick, especially like the bigger versions when you like trying to do like the mortality area as well, like the big Barber Chops. I think that's a really cool character. I just like the Nightmare Critters, and I'm pretty sure they're actually making plushies of the Nightmare Critters. I'm pretty sure they've already made a Barber Chops one. I'm pretty sure they're gonna make way more down the line, but really cool characters though. I know quite a few people were quite hesitant about Chapter 4 because everyone thought with the first trailer that the Nightmare Critters, especially Barber Chops, would be the main villain, but, you know, with more trailers and stuff like that, it wasn't. But I wouldn't really mind if they were the main villain. I think they're quite cool. I love the critters, by the way. They're just really cool. I love the design. It reminds me of my childhood when I used to watch Happy Tree Friends. Or, you know, just, I don't know, they just remind me of my childhood. I don't know why, I just can't really puzzle it together. But like I said before, people were quite hesitant about Chapter 4 with, you know, the Nightmare Critters being the main, like, villain, just like within Chapter 3. But like I said, I wouldn't really mind, but I'm kind of glad that they're not. At the same time, I don't really mind if they were. With Ollie as well, I kind of expect him to be the prototype, but at the same time, I didn't know it was fully true, because I'm pretty sure the Game Theories made a video about Ollie being the prototype, but I didn't know it was fully true until that part when you meet up with, you know, Kissy, Missy, and Poppy's on the phone trying to connect with Ollie, and then the prototype came up. I was so shocked that even happened. Like, I knew it was going to happen, but I just didn't know if it was true or not, and it was true. I feel so bad for Kissy Missy as well. I mean, at the end of the game, she lost an arm, and her arm was already destroyed as it is. I just feel quite bad for Kissy Missy. I don't know what really attacked her. We really don't know. It looked like she got caught on fire with something. Again, I don't know who. Could be Dog Day, for example, to fight her, because if people don't know already, Dog Day is still alive. We only escaped him, not defeated him. Poppy as well, I mean, I kind of understand what she's doing, trying to, destroy the entire factory, to stop, the prototype, basically. But then again, at the same time, the prototype is such a menacing character as well. Like, I did not realize we would actually hear the prototype, and he's just like a bunch of people all together. And I'm pretty sure he's actually just Elliot Ludwig in disguise, but I don't actually fully know if that is true or not. But I think the prototype's a really cool character. But with Poppy, I mean, I'm starting to forgive her and starting to trust her a little bit more, but that trust can easily fade away with ease, by the way. But moving on to the actual main game, I think it's a really good game. Like, Chapter 1, for example, right? The game is basically the introduction of the game. It's starting you out, it's basically telling you what Playtime actually is. Chapter 2, had, the best mini-games, puzzles. It was really fun. Chapter 3 definitely has the best visual graphics and the horror-wise as well. I mean, I just love the VHS type graphic look that Playtime Chapter 3 gave, and the horror was out of this world. But for Chapter 4, I don't know how to describe it, but it had like the best emotion-wise. Like, it really told of your emotions. It made you stress, made you laugh, made you happy, made you angry, made you sad. It does play with your emotions quite a lot within Chapter 4. And I think that because, like, after Chapter 3, for me, it definitely took a big toll on my emotions with Chapter 3. Like I said beforehand, Chapter 3 made me cry. Never gonna let that go, by the way. Never will. But yeah, Chapter 3 just made me, like, really upset. So I think, like, this carried on to Chapter 4, because I wasn't as upset before. Like, I would expect to be upset with Yarnaby's death, but I just said, no, not my buddy, or something like that. But with Dory, on the other hand, it was more upsetting and shock, really, because it really settles in that these guys are just, kids at the end of the day, just trapped inside these bodies with no way of getting out. And whenever Chapter 5 comes out, it will definitely be, like, a humongous shock, really. Like, I think it would definitely be, like, the best for the climax-wise. Also, with the game, it was very difficult. I would go and say probably the hardest one out of the whole lot. It was just really hard, a lot of areas. I didn't understand a lot of the locations. But with, like, Chapter 3, after a little bit, it, like, kind of clicked to me, oh, I know what I have to do. But with Chapter 4, it was really difficult with the Yarnaby bit, the gas area as well. It was really difficult. Also, would go and say that this is the most buggiest game I've probably ever played in my entire life. Within Playtime Chapter 1, 2, and 3, never crash. Never. And I counted how many times Chapter 4 crashed for me. It crashed 33 times. I don't know why. If you guys remember the first video, I had to end it early because the game kept kicking me out, and I just don't know why. And it, kept kicking me out throughout the entire time, through the Dory boss fight, the Yarnaby bit as well. I don't know what else. Like, definitely like kicking the balls, because I was trying to get the achievement hat trick, and it kept kicking me every single time I tried to kick the ball. So, definitely the most buggiest game I've ever played. Like, I've never experienced a buggier game than this in any other video games. And I've played over 300 video games. But this game is definitely the most buggiest one. And I don't know why. Maybe because of the data, or maybe, some sort of coding corruption. I don't know. I mean, they even have to update their game after, like, 3 hours of it being launched. Or 2 or 3, I can't remember. And it was crazy how they had to update it. I mean, that must be the quickest update I've ever seen within a game being launched. Nonetheless, though, Chapter 4 was really enjoyable. I loved it quite a lot. The bells, though, don't know what it was, but the bells always get me, and I just can't put my finger on why. Maybe Chapter 3 PTSD, or I don't really know. I know Chapter 3 definitely took a toll on me, like I said before, but man, the bells always got me. I don't know why. The ending, though, is a bit interesting, I would go and say. Huggy Wuggy's back, and you're trapped in a little lab area. Yeah, I don't really know what I think about that. I mean, it's quite cool to see Huggy Wuggy back, but at the same time, how is he back? I mean, surely he would have fell hundreds and hundreds of feet. I mean, you saw his fur in Chapter 2. With Chapter 5, it's a bit of a mystery what's going to happen next. I mean, Poppy's ran off, Kissy Missy is stuck up there with, you know, her arm missing, Huggy Wuggy's back, Dog Day is, I know, still alive. I hate when people say he isn't alive, but he is, because you just escaped him, not killed him. I mean, I can see that Kissy Missy might calm down Huggy Wuggy. I can see that happening. Also, I just don't see us going even deeper into the factory. There is no possible way that we can go even deeper. I mean, within Chapter 4, this factory shows that it has a toy making area, a touring area, a little mini-game place you can play mini-games with Mummy Longlegs, a orphanage, a school, a lab area which tests on children, a prison. It also has a garden and a mining station. What else does it has? I will also go and say that Chapter 4's graphics are quite nice, I will admit. It has a bit of a futuristic look with it. It also reminds me of Chapter 2 graphics, so it is quite clean, not as like rough and edgy as... I don't even know if edgy is even a word to describe a graphics, but not as rough as Chapter 3's, because Chapter 3 has that like VHS look, as I said many times before, but Chapter 4 has that kind of like clean look to it. Also with Chapter 4, it looks really futuristic as well. I don't know if it's because of the colour blue, or the graphics, or the hand panel looks really different, but it just gives off a bit of a futuristic vibe to it. I also like how the player hands are like trembling, like he's really scared. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, the guy has faced death so many times and survived so many times, and he's still living. We don't know how he does it, he just lives. All round though, I just love that feature by the way they added. I think it's a really cool touch that they do. Also with Save Haven, it looks really cool. I love it so much, especially like the smiling critters as well. Like, they look so adorable. Like, I can't help to look at them and they just look so cute and adorable. Like, this time they're not torn or ripped apart like in Chapter 3. They're actually proper, like, plushies. Did not like how it exploded though. I hated that. Especially the prototype. I'm assuming the prototype's done it as well. But, man, I actually can't wait. I'm assuming Chapter 5 you will actually face the prototype. Also within Chapter 4, was I supposed to encounter Lemon? I never encountered him. Like, I don't know if I missed it or if it's a PC thing, because I know Xbox and PC, they have different stuff. Like, for example, in Chapter 2, the minigames are a bit more easier within console than PC. I would admit, Chapter 4 did felt quite repetitive, because you have to go back to the same location twice. I mean, I understand. At the same time, it does beat the purpose of it, but I'm not complaining too much. Like, it's not like a big issue, but it's just something that I pointed out while playing. Overall, though, Chapter 4 is a very good game. The one issue that I do have is, again, quite buggy, and they changed the flare for some unknown reason. I don't know why. I mean, it's now a little ball, but that's just kind of a me thing probably. Also, another part is I just didn't know where to end a video. I didn't know if I was at the midpoint or near the end. I just didn't know. That's the one thing, I just did not know where to end it, because with Chapter 2 and 3 I could make a prediction of where to end it, but within Chapter 4 I was blind basically. However, I think Chapter 4 is a very good game. Definitely the game that really tells you your emotions, definitely makes you happy, definitely makes you sad, and I think it works really well. It's a very strong game in a lot of areas, and I generally think really positive of it. The horror isn't as strong as Chapter 3, like I wasn't as scared as I was previously, but it was still a pretty good game, and I did, jump quite a lot. Now, for the $1 million question, is this game better than Chapter 3? In my personal opinion, no, but it's definitely the second best one. I will always say Chapter 2 isn't the best one. I would say it's the worst one out of the lot. I mean, it makes sense why. I just didn't like Mummy Longlegs whatsoever. Chapter 1 is a pretty good introduction to the game. Chapter 3 is just beauty, just absolutely beauty. I mean, it's definitely my top 5 favourite games of all time. But yeah, Chapter 4 is a really good game. Love the characters, love the gameplay, love the graphics. It was just a perfect, amazing game. Unfortunately, not as great as Chapter 3's, but I think no other Playtime game is going to outshine Chapter 3 in any way possible. But nonetheless, it's a really good game. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you for watching the entirety of the Chapter 4 series. I had an absolute blast recording it, editing it, and playing through it. It was really fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing, because it helps to an absolute massive ton. I'm going to sleep for like 12 years because my head is just not functioning anymore. I'm pretty sure when I killed the brain of the doctors, I also killed my brain as well. But thank you guys so much for watching this video and the entire series. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!